Hey Blazers, this episode is brought to you by Audible.com, an Amazon company. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/Blaze Entertainment or visit the sponsor and supporters links on our website at entertheblaze.com. With over 180,000 titles to choose from your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. Now, let's start the show.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's start the party. Locked in to the hottest station on the planet.
What's going on, Blazers? We are back with another episode of Blaze Entertainment. I'm your host, Kwame, joined by the beautiful, the melanin proficient, the I am loud in her ear. Oh. Lower this down. Miss Free, what's up, girl?
Thank you.
Is that better?
Yes.
Sorry.
I was like,
you were like, it's too loud. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Feeling kind of emotional.
Why are you emotional?
I don't fucking know.
You
know, it's just the cancer in me just being a hot mess.
Oh.
Per usual.
Oh. Is it time?
No.
Mother Nature's not coming?
No, I'm just emotional today. I almost went off at work because I had a notification on my phone that Puerto Rico had another blackout. Mm-hmm. And I said, why don't they just go over there and fucking fix their lights? I was so mad for no reason. Just like pissed.
Yeah. So, other than that, how are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, shall we go on with the show?
Mm-hmm.
Let's start out with phrase of the week, Miss Free.
Thirst responder.
Thirst responder.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested to know what this is.
Dudes that start hitting on a girl immediately after she becomes single. Thirst responder.
Interesting.
Instead of first responder, it's the thirst responder. You get it?
That's fucking hilarious. Get it. Yes. Okay. Highlight of the week. I actually want to highlight one of my fellow members on Team Podcast Bay. I have recently joined the Podcast Bay team. And for those who don't know, check it out. It's awesome. Scott Doucette is the founder and I guess CEO of it. But I want to shout out the Veteran Woman podcast by Ariel Dandridge. She's actually going to be on our show soon. Marisol's getting that scheduled out. I haven't seen the schedule in a while, but she just tells us, "Hey, you have an interview today." So that's how I know. I am a hot mess lately. But yes, shout out to her. I love her podcast. And it's in perfect timing for Veterans Day, which is tomorrow.
Yes,
so
it
yes,
is.
I'm excited for that.
Happy Veterans Day.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Because I don't know how you did it. Because I wouldn't. So thank you.
I appreciate that.
For doing that. Because I couldn't. And I wouldn't.
Ever?
Ever.
I think everybody should go through at least 2 years of military training.
No.
It would really help them in life.
Training. Maybe.
Training
going?
And
no.
But that's a part of the training.
No.
Yeah.
No. Absolutely not.
It's okay.
You know, some countries have that.
Yeah. Like Korea, South Korea is one of them.
Mm-hmm. Some other countries too, I think.
Yeah. Where you have to do like a year or two of service.
You have like a mandatory. All men do at least.
Yeah.
You won't catch my black ass.
Shout outs. We have, first of all, we had our joint episode last week, so we have a lot to talk about. But before we get into all of the other shout outs, I would like to say that yesterday, or was it the day before? It was yesterday. Yeah. Was a major victory for not only the Democratic Party, but for America. It was the shift and the hope and the breath of fresh air that we needed. Because when I say give it up for diversity, I mean give it up for diversity. So
tell him.
I'm going to tell you. So the major elections yesterday involved first openly trans person of color in elected U.S. history, Andrea Jenkins. So kudos and shout outs to her. Yes. Also, the first African American mayor of Georgetown, South Carolina, Brendan Barber. Yes. First of all, the fact that there needs to be a first African American anything is just sad. But hey, we're doing it. First transgender state representative in U.S. history was Danica Roem. Yes. First Latinas in the Virginia State House. I did not know that. Elizabeth Guzman and Hala Ayala. Yes. First Sith mayor in New Jersey, Ravi Baha. Second ever African American elected to statewide office in Virginia, Justin Fairfax. First Asian American woman elected to Virginia House of Delegates, Kathy Tran. First Muslim and immigrant woman to win an Iowa City Council seat, Mazahar Salah. First African American mayor of St. Paul, Minnesota. I think it's Minnesota. Is it Minnesota? It's Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah. Melvin Carter. First African American lieutenant governor of New Jersey, Sheila Oliver. First African American woman mayor of Charlotte, North Carolina, Vi Lyles. Whew. My
Are you almost
God,
done?
I'm done.
Oh, okay.
That was a lot.
Yes. Congratulations.
Yes.
I'm very proud, but I'm still holding you motherfucking accountable, bitch.
Yes. We still got work to do.
Don't think you're going to get in that office
and not do nothing.
Fucking up stuff.
Right. We got work to do. Yes. Also, shout out goes to Black Lives Matter movement, who was awarded the Sydney Peace Prize for activism. The Black Lives Matter movement was awarded the Sydney Peace Prize for its work highlighting America's race issues. In a room full of Sydney Australian citizens and community leaders, the audience clapped, cheered, and chanted "Black Lives They Matter Here," quote unquote. As movement leaders Patrisse Cullors, Rodney Deverlis, and Don Mawkins accepted the award.
That's good. I'm
shout out to BLM.
Yes, and shout out goes out to Australia for giving them that award, because our own fuck ass country can't do that.
You know why. So anyway, you got any shout outs, sis?
Yes. Tiffany Haddish.
Yes.
My girl.
Yes.
Will become the first black female comedian to host Saturday Night Live.
That's awesome.
Right.
That's awesome.
Shout out goes to her. You know, she's funny as hell. Like, really funny. That's it.
Okay. And for those who know Tiffany Haddish, it's from?
Girls Trip.
Yes.
Yes. She played Dina.
Yes. She's my favorite.
I was like,
She's my favorite. I love her.
One more shout out. Google gives $1 million grant to a nonprofit that helps black boys get into the tech industry.
Yes.
And I thought that was really important, because you need more diversity.
First of all, I didn't know that. That's dope.
Yes.
And yes, that is very much needed.
They gave the $1 million grant to the Hidden Genius Project.
Nice.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's take a quick break and we'll be back with the Petty World News, because Lord knows we have a lot to talk about. We'll be back. Hey guys, this episode is brought to you by Pyro Media Network. Pyro Media Network is a progressive moving platform to give a voice to those who feel don't have one. Social injustice, equality concerns, and more are just a few reasons why PMN is needed. For more information about Pyro Media Network, please visit pyromedianetwork.com.
And we're black.
Yes, we are.
With the Petty World News.
Petty World News
and
time.
We're here.
Hey, okay, ladies, now let's get information. Indoctrinated.
And we're queer. Well, I am. You're only queer for Rihanna.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I was just no, that's not true.
No,
let me not lie.
You have any petty world news?
I do. If my fucking damn phone will load. Ooh, that was a mess. So, what I was living for, I think it was yesterday or the day before. I can't remember. But an angry wife.
Oh God, I saw this. You were laughing hysterically
on Qatar airplane. Fucked up her husband for cheating on her on the plane.
He cheated on her on the plane?
No, okay, so the story is while he was asleep next to her on the plane, she took his finger and opened up his phone. And so she saw something she didn't like and went the fuck off in mid-flight. Could you imagine? She was probably like, bitch, wake the fuck up. And just everything after that was just downhill. Everything. So they actually had to do an emergency landing.
That was low-key smart, though, for her to use his finger. Like, he was like, yeah, I'm just going to use your finger, baby.
They had to do an emergency landing.
Well, yeah, because shit went crazy.
So.
That's insane.
I lived for that story. I was like, you know what? But I would have been petty because I would have been thinking about everybody else on this plane. I'd have been involved in my drama. So I'd have been like, I'm going to wait until we get to our fucking destination. And then I'm going to fuck you up in the airport.
Yeah, I would have played it low-key calm. Yeah, because then there's going to be security around. I would have waited until we were alone, getting ready, and so that nobody can stop me because I'm going to fuck you
My
up.
coworker was like, you know what? I would have waited and I would have plotted on the plane. And what I would have did was lost his passport somewhere and wherever the fuck we were going. And then would have took me and my kids and went back home and left his ass in where the fuck we were going.
Right. I would have been like...
Oh, you lost your passport? Oh, that sucks.
Why don't you go ask Keisha for it?
Why don't you go ask Miss Becky? I'm sure she can send it to you.
Right. Ooh. You okay? Was that your phone?
Yeah.
See, this is why you don't have phones. You're always breaking your phone.
You know how I know it's time for me to upgrade? Is I keep dropping my phone a lot often and not caring.
Good point. The new iPhone is bigger though than the one you have. So.
I don't even know if I want the new iPhone. I might just stick with this one until iPhones start acting right because they really irritate me lately.
Well, you know how Apple is. Anyway, B.o.B says that the American slave trade never happened.
He's on bath salts. It's something wrong with him. And I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to talk about that.
I don't want to talk about him
because
either.
he needs help.
Because I don't understand.
He needs therapy.
Like, it's one thing.
Something happened to him.
I think he fell on, like, I think his mother dropped him.
No, somebody dropped him very recently.
Something happened.
Not when he was a child.
Something happened.
I'm pretty sure his mother raised him
definitely in the sunken place.
Yeah, something happened.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But I don't understand how he can believe that the American slave trade never happened.
Well, the nigga believes the world is flat, so
Same, yeah.
Do you expect much from him?
I mean... But there's certain theories that I can say, even though I know that there's fucking scientific evidence and I've seen them and, you know, done my own research. There's certain theories that if people say, oh, I could possibly believe in that, I would be like, okay, I can see why you would possibly think that because it makes your theory and the way you got to that theory, you know, it doesn't make sense, but I mean, there's a justification behind it. So I can get that. I can understand him thinking that the world is flat. I don't know why the world's flat because it's not, but right. You know, sure, to each your own, you know what I'm saying? But what I don't understand is how you cannot think that the slave trade didn't happen.
Nigga, it's
like
facts.
We just got here by ourselves.
It's facts. It's facts. It's sphere. Ugh, can't even say it. I'm just a hot ass mess.
We just landed here.
Spherical. I can't even pronounce it.
Spherical.
You can't pronounce it either.
Sphere. I've always had issues doing the sphere.
Fuck it. It's round. I can't say it right now. I'm gonna have to Google it like I did that other word.
And we're not even stoned. Anyway, so
God. Spherical.
There you go.
Yeah. Boom.
So yeah, that's that. Netflix
Is that a word?
I don't know. We're gonna go with it though. Netflix cancels House of Cards. Says it's deeply troubled over Kevin Spacey claims. Now, here's my thing. I understand that to my knowledge, House of Cards was getting ready to end anyway. So I feel like Netflix was just like, this is a great opportunity to end it and just go on about it.
And look all progressive.
And I'm just like, Netflix, really, you didn't do much.
Right.
They were going to end anyway. There was not really a storyline to go after this. Like, so whatever. But yeah, Kevin Spacey, I have an issue with him because I really liked his work. I've always loved watching Kevin Spacey. I think that he was a brilliant actor. My issue, in addition to him doing very inappropriate things to a child, okay, my issue, a huge issue of mine, if that wasn't bad enough, is that you now want to come out of the closet and say that you are a gay man.
Wasn't he always out?
No, he wasn't always out. Kevin Spacey wasn't always out. No.
Did he just recently come out?
He just came out after the accusations came out.
Really? Somebody told me he was gay a long time ago.
There were suspicions, but he never came out until after these accusations.
For real?
Yeah. And that's my problem. It's that the way you can't, like, fine, you can come out, that's great, be a happy gay fairy all you want to be, but you're coming out at a time when everybody's accusing you of being a pedophile. You know what I'm saying? So you coming out at that moment, you're demonizing homosexuality, you're demonizing being a gay man and what that means, and that pissed me off. So that was my issue. It's like now you're giving the right a weapon to use more against what we already have to deal with as it is.
So this is my whole thing about the whole thing. There's been a lot of sexual harassment allegations out here in these streets recently.
Yeah.
And there have been companies who have taken actions against the perpetrators.
Correct.
My issue with the whole thing is that, so how come we can't do that with the Cheeto sitting in the office?
Because nothing's been proven yet.
There doesn't have to be proof.
Right. But the person that accused him stepped back, is no longer talking about it anymore. Because remember in the beginning of his campaign? Spacey. No, we're talking about Kevin Spacey's accuser is an actor. He was one of the leads on Rent, and he was also he's also currently starring in Star Trek Discovery. So he just recently came out and said that Kevin Spacey did that.
So what are you talking about?
What I'm saying is about the Cheeto in office. There was a woman who accused Trump of sexually harassing her.
There was multiple women,
but they backed out.
So
you can't prosecute him or you can't do anything without evidence, without any type
My whole thing is they're not prosecuting Kevin Spacey, are they?
No. I think because
so why doesn't it still apply?
I don't know.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
The nigga was on TV talking about grabbing somebody by the pussy.
Right. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I feel you.
So
I know what you're saying.
Why is this nigga still in office? I mean,
because he's the Cheeto,
I can't.
Cheeto in chief.
I can't. They should have pulled him from the campaign if that was the fucking case.
You know.
How about that?
Well, do you know how many politicians specifically on the Republican side have done horrible, nasty things?
Yes, I'm very aware.
Yeah, so
which is irritating as fuck. This whole thing. That's what irritates the fuck out of me.
Yeah. Well, there's that. You got anything?
Not to take away from Kevin Spacey's whole thing.
Right.
At all.
Because he's still a dick.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's still an asshole.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, why can't we just take, all the companies who are taking actions against this.
Why can't we add to it? Yeah. Well, everybody.
Right.
Make it,
Pull everybody out.
Right.
Pull them all out.
Right.
Proof, no proof. Pull them all out.
Right. Let's investigate.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's got enough investigations going on at the current moment, so let him handle those. Go on. You got anything?
Oh, yes. I think I'm going to save that bitch for last.
For your blend?
No, just for the last. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith.
Oh, my God.
saying that they did not give Tyrese $5 million.
Okay, so let's do a little backup
I'm sorry,
story.
yeah.
Let's do a little backup story. This nigga Tyrese came back out on TV. First of all, for those who don't know, Tyrese came out and was talking about, crying and on Instagrams and doing videos and talking about how he was, upset because they were trying to take his child away and they were going to increase just bullshit. Okay. And he's going on fucking Instagram crying and talking about, I already paid $13,000 a month, and talking about how I just want to see my daughter and all this stuff or whatever. It's because he violated I believe it was a parenting plan. He violated something and had a plane fly over his daughter's school with a sign.
That's a little weird.
It's creepy.
It's a little weird.
And he was saying how the $13,000 a month is too much as it is. That's what more do you want from me? You spent money on a fucking plane to fly over your daughter's school. So there's that. And then so everybody was dogging him on that. Then he came up with another video and started crying. And he was in this fuck ass kitchen and crying and talking about how Jada and Will Smith, because he was at first he was talking about he doesn't have any real friends. All his millionaire friends and where are they at? They're not around. Blah blah blah. And then he said something about Jada and Will Smith giving him $5 million
to keep him afloat or something like that.
Right.
So Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith said, "Hey girl, no,
we didn't
give you $5 million.
Right.
However, I think that you should go see a therapist. We are concerned."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's it.
At this point in time, yeah, he's having some problems. Like I think that Tyrese has definitely cracked.
They said that he's having some sort of breakdown, which is obvious for all of us to see.
Right, because he put it on Instagram.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like I get it. Like I mean, well, I don't get it. I don't know what type of problems he's having right now, but like he's cracking out.
He's having plenty of problems. Right.
Plenty of problems.
Mm-hmm.
So. Wendy Williams passes out on live TV. Now, lots of people...
Did you see that?
I did.
That was crazy.
It was crazy. I will say this. I don't wish anybody any negative harm when it comes to illnesses, when it comes to health or anything like that. But I'm really on a mixed type. I'm on the fence with this one. Reason why, because first of all, I want her to be healthy. I wish her well, and I wish her that she recovers or that she does what she needs to do to be better. You know what I'm saying? But there was a whole bunch of people that were saying, "Oh, everybody's making fun of Wendy Williams and it's wrong." Blah blah. Wendy Williams, her job on a daily basis is to talk shit about people. Mm-hmm. So when people are creating memes off of her or talking shit about her, I don't think that that's a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were pretty. I'm gonna sound like an asshole, and that's okay. But there were pretty funny memes out there, and I cackled a couple of times. I cackled a lot.
But when I saw her faint, I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, I was worried about her. Right. Yeah, because I don't want her to be like dying or anything, or really like super getting hurt. I don't wish that upon anybody. But at the same time, if I see a fuck ass funny meme, I'm gonna fuck ass laugh.
I'm gonna cackle.
A lot.
I'm gonna kiki a little.
I mean, she would have done the same thing.
Right.
She has done the same thing. She literally did the same thing the day after. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, like, she can sit there and cry and, say that she was scared. I'm sorry that you were scared, boo-boo. But, like, what do you want to do? Mm-hmm. It was funny. Not the situation, but the memes. You know what I mean? Right. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, there's a lot of funny memes. So... that's how I felt about that. I don't know how you felt about it. Like,
same, basically.
Like, because honestly, what bothered...
Like, oh, girl, I hope you're okay, because you hit that floor kind of hard.
but I think what annoyed me was the fact that, like, Wendy Williams went super viral that day, and there was tons of shit else going on that was way more important, in my opinion. Like, is she okay? She good? Okay, cool. Can we go back and focus on the shit that's happening in the government?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, things that really matter. Like, just saying. But, hey... Sorry.
So Steve Harvey's ratings are taking a hit after
fuck him.
After his meeting with Trump.
Oh,
and you know what? I don't expect any less, you know. You probably deserve it. Same with Tina Campbell, you know, postponing her tour for the lack of support. And Chrisette Michele for being dropped from her label. I think y'all niggas deserve it because I don't know what was going through y'all black ass minds when you decided to take a side with the Cheeto.
What did they expect, Miss Free? What did they expect?
I don't know.
Like, you're sitting there and you see that this man is a blatant racist, a blatant bigot, a blatant homophobe, a blatant xenophobe, all the phobes, and ain't got no fucking hair. You know what I'm saying?
And so now now that their pockets
right.
are being affected by all this, they want to back him.
Right. You can't ask the black community to support you.
Go get your white coin.
When you have turned your back on them by attacking them and disrespecting them by supporting somebody who has disrespected them. And doesn't give two fucks about them.
Right.
So if you're going to choose this nigga over them, then that's fine. By all means, you have the right and the choice to do what you want to do. So go ahead and go choose him. But don't be mad when we don't support you anymore.
Right.
It is what it is. You made your choice, boo. You decided to go over to the dark side, ho. So stay there. You didn't get my coins.
I chuckled.
I didn't chuckle. I didn't give a fuck. I rolled my eyes. I rolled my eyes and kept going. Ain't nobody got time for that hoe. Stupid. Anyway, anything else?
Do you have something?
I'm good. That's all I had. Those are the main ones that I gave a shit about.
I have one more thing.
That's fine.
This white bitch.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Brianna Brochu, a student.
Oh,
I don't know. At the University of Hartford. Decided that she hated her black roommate so much that she was going to rub dirty tampons on this child's backpack. She's
a disgusting human being.
Spit in her coconut oil or something like that. Put moldy clam something in her lotions and shit. And then when the girl finally leaves, this dumb girl decides to post on, I think it was Instagram, right?
I think it was Facebook or something. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Oh, no, it was Insta. You're right. It was
Instagram, like, I did this, and I'm so happy to get rid of my Jamaican Barbie. You nasty bitch.
She was disgusting.
Like, that's just nasty. Why is it that out of all the things you could have did to harass someone, you came up with the nastiest shit.
And kept going.
Like that is nasty. That just proves that you're a nasty bitch. And that's all. And I'm very happy that they took swift and very quick action to press charges against you because you absolutely deserve it.
And I hope it goes to the fullest extent of the law.
I really do.
And I hope your vagina falls off.
I hope your uterus falls out of your fucking body.
I'm just saying. Because you're a horrible human being.
Because that's nasty.
I don't care if it was a what. I mean, it makes it even. It's 20 times to me. It's 20,000 times worse that it was done to one of our sisters. But you're gonna, if it was done to anybody, I think that anybody.
If it was done to anybody, I'd feel the exact same way.
Right.
Almost.
Right.
I'm madder because it has implications underneath it.
Right.
But you doing that to anybody, you nasty bitch. You just a nasty bitch.
Nasty. It's so gross. It's so gross.
Who does that?
I hope she has to.
Weirdo. Like, that's weird.
She has to do something. There needs to be some type of swift and harsh repercussions on that. That's disgusting. It's too much.
That's all I got.
Cool. That's all I got too. We will be back with the reviews.
Hey Blazers, check out one of our sponsors, Atomic Cosmetics. They have an array of colors that go boom and are tested on showgirls and never on animals. With freshly made seasonal skincare products that nourish your face and body, you can't go wrong. There is also a lot of cosmetics for you to choose from, like blushes, contours, foundations, eyeshadows, and more. Find multitudes of colors and palettes. Visit colorsthatgoboom.com and use offer code BLAZEATOMIC.
And we're back with the reviews. Miss Free.
Yes.
How are you?
Yes.
Yes. So we don't have a lot of review news, but what we do have is that Miss Free and I had a little hangout day this past weekend, and we went to go see Thor Ragnarok.
Yes.
Yes, and that was fun.
Yes.
Yes. And so I actually, so here's my opinion on Thor 1 was my absolute favorite.
So
Thor 2 was a little shaky.
I haven't seen Thor 1 or 2, so
that's shameful. But Thor 2 was okay. But I enjoyed it just because I like the visuals in it. I liked I didn't like the Dark Elf storyline. I didn't understand that one. Yeah, I didn't understand that one. But I still liked the visuals and the movie, so it was fine. Thor Ragnarok, I was pleasantly surprised that I want to say that I might have liked Thor Ragnarok more than the first one. Maybe.
I haven't seen it, so I don't even know.
Yeah.
What to compare it to.
Mm-hmm.
I just know it was really funny. And we had a nice long scene of Chris Hemsworth with his shirt off, you know.
Oh, God.
Which I lived for. And I'm so happy they cut that wig off his head because it was so scraggly.
I actually liked his hair long.
That lace front was so bad.
No, I liked his hair long.
Bye, girl.
I don't think it was a lace front, though. That was his hair.
Better. Not that long ass hair was not his hair.
And the first one was his hair. The second one, maybe it was a lace front.
And definitely not the third one.
No, the third one wasn't his hair. No. But yeah, I kind of liked it.
I thought it was funny. It had a lot of comedy in it, which I didn't expect for it to be that funny.
But I feel like that's how Marvel movies are going.
All of them are that funny? It almost was like too funny. Like it didn't need to be that funny.
I feel like they were trying to bridge Guardians of the Galaxy and the Avengers.
Why?
Because Guardians of the Galaxy is super hilarious, but then you have like the Avengers, which is serious, but you still have those comedic moments. And I feel like
I like comedic moments. I don't want the whole entire movie to be funny. I enjoyed it, but I thought it was going to be a little bit more dark than that.
Yeah, I think they were just trying to soften Thor.
Soften him? Oh, okay.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Why did he appear harder?
No.
Did he appear harder in other movies? I don't know.
I don't know. This movie, he was quite anyway. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was well done. I didn't know how I was going to take the storyline because I was like, so we're just introducing a new bitch, his sister that we didn't even know about, like. You know,
or even hinted about in other movies.
No, there was no communication. There was no nothing. What I did like is how they bridged everything to kind of bring it in. How I mean is by like, for instance, when they were breaking. Spoiler alert for those who have not seen it. The part where she went into the palace. Or into
and knocked the wall down
and knocked the ceiling down, yeah. and because the ceiling has a history of not Valhalla, what is it called, of where are they at,
bitch, now you know I don't know
the name of the place that they're at, their world, Asgard. It has the history of Asgard, but underneath it has a deeper history of
how it was built,
Odin, yes. and Asgard and stuff. So that was really cool how they brought that back in.
But you know what? You can apply that today.
I mean, you can.
You can just write a whole essay on that whole little section.
How you figure that?
How I mean? Well, not to get too crazy on y'all niggas, but you know, like when she knocked down the fake history and the true roots, you can apply that to United States history.
I mean, yeah.
Because obvious people want to cover up the true history of the United States of America. Like, right. Bitch, like it ain't never happened.
Right. And we know.
And yeah.
So
that's all I'm going to say.
That's interesting.
They want to cover it up with all happy, joy.
Right.
When actuality.
Yeah.
it was not happy.
It was not
joy
happy. Yeah.
for nobody except for maybe the white colonizers.
Right. Yeah.
But I did like the girl. What's her name?
She was the
goddess of death.
Goddess of death.
What's her name?
Oh God.
I liked her. But you know what? The problem with these villains is that they always get too damn cocky. She got too cocky.
They always get cocky.
It's annoying. But she was a badass bitch.
I don't think she was she's dead.
You don't think she's dead? You think she's gonna come back?
Yeah.
To do what?
I don't know.
You think that she's gonna come back and help them with something?
I don't know if she's gonna help them. Hela,
yeah.
Yeah. Is her name. Who was played by Cate Blanchett.
I wasn't even mad at her, to be quite honest. I was low-key rooting for her. I was like, yes, bitch, tell him how it really was.
Right.
Anyways, I liked it.
I actually really appreciated how Mirror, that's how I call it, the hammer, Mirror. I always call it Mirror.
Does it have a name?
It's Mirror, something like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
She shattered that bitch.
She shattered it. But what was really cool is that Odin had to let Thor know, that your power doesn't come from the hammer. Mm-hmm. Like, the power has always been inside of you. The hammer is just a way to focus it. So that was really cool. But his hammer is still a part of him, so I don't know if they're going to build him a new one or like...
I can see like Tony Stark building him a new one.
No, he needs to have a magical one. Doctor Strange? Magically putting them together? Yeah. That would make sense. Thoughts. Anyway,
I'm sad he's missing an eye.
I think that's kind of sexy.
I don't know. I mean,
just focus on me.
I can't focus on two beautiful big blue eyes.
I mean, that's really not all. You don't really care about the eyes. You just want him to handle stuff. Anyway, so moving on into the episode of The Walking Dead. We're on episode 3. We did have our joint episode last week, so we did not discuss episode 2. So we're going to kind of go from the beginning to up to now. But going back to episode 3, this episode is called Mercy, directed by Greg Nicotero and written by Matthew Negrit and Channing Powell. So,
how did I feel?
Yeah,
these first 3 episodes,
thoughts.
I've been feeling really disjointed for some reason. It doesn't feel put together.
Really?
To me, it doesn't. And I'm going to say this because it opened up with them already starting war, which is not what I wanted.
What did you want?
I don't know, bitch. I don't know. It just seemed it happened like too fast. It just happened. There was no build up. I like the build up sometimes. Don't extend it for a long period of time, but it didn't need to happen right away. I would have liked to see kind of like what they did. I don't know what season it was, where it was like more of like a flash forward. And then they kind of worked backwards. That would have been cool. Like with them mid-big war with Negan and kind of worked backwards up till that point. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
That's what I would have liked to see. But that's not how they're doing it. That's why I don't know. It just gives me a weird vibe. I don't know if it's the cinematography or the music. It just feels disjointed for some reason. I don't know.
It's giving me season 4 vibes.
What was that? I can't remember season 4.
I think
Who was the villain in season 4?
Was it the mayor or the governor? No, that wasn't it. Anyway. Yeah, I kind of see what you're saying now, but I don't know. I feel like I'm following it pretty well.
I'm following it fine.
My
it just
issue
doesn't feel right.
Yeah, my issue is that I don't feel like it's as intense as it was last year.
Or it could be more intense. I guess that's what I'm kind of saying. Like, it just doesn't feel...
Because I'm not as scared of Negan as I was last year. Like, I had genuine fear for Negan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because I didn't know who the hell he was going to kill next. Now I don't have fear for him.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like... And I guess that's a good thing because then, they're fighting back. But I feel like, I don't know. I felt like I should be, like, seeing Negan more. I feel like I should be, like... seeing what Rick is like. I want to see what's going on. Like, yeah. I feel a little lost. Like, I get what you're saying. Like, there's so much going on and there's so many storylines.
Too much going on too fast.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, bitch, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
I see what you're saying.
Like you're attacking. Like, yes, I understood that you're getting his. Maybe I should have rewatched season 7.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should have watched season 7 to kind of smoothly transition into season 8.
Mm-hmm.
But to start season 8 like that, kind of, it felt weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, let's go attack all the saviors.
Why don't we try that one day? Why don't we just try like watching, half of season 7 to get back into it and then flow back into the episodes and see if that'll make a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see that.
This is like,
or even watching the last 3 episodes of season 7 and then going into to season 8.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try
or
that.
even
we'll
the last
that.
episode of season 7 would be absolutely fine with me.
Agreed.
But it just seems like, I don't know. And it's just...
I still feel like if we watch it, like I feel like it would be off.
I just wish they would have worked backwards. It would have gave more meaning to what's happening now.
I think for me, having all those losses and the other losses that happened, it wasn't in so much succession. You lost 1 or 2, maybe 3 people per season, but there were so many people that we lost last season. Abraham, Glenn, Sasha, so many people, you know what I'm saying? And one season, it was brutally lost. It wasn't like, a situation where we were, they fell or they died or whatever, by accident. Like it was such a brutal transition, coming into it. So I think that was my only issue. So I don't feel that intensity. I don't feel like I feel like everything that could have happened is already happening or had already happened last season. So it's kind of like, why are we dealing with this? You know what I mean? Like it just felt off.
Yeah.
So I see what you're saying, but spoiler alert, going into this episode. So it starts off with Morales.
Fuck Morales. Why is that nigga so angry? Let's start there.
Let's start there. So it starts off with Morales, who was a former member of Rick's group, and holds Rick at gunpoint while Rick and Daryl are searching for a hidden gun cache belonging to Negan and the Saviors. Morales and Rick discuss at length their tribulation since they parted. Morales lost his family, while Rick admits they lost many as well. Morales swears his loyalty to Negan and insists that Rick is a monster for what he's done. But Rick tries to appeal to him. And
then Daryl shoots that nigga in the neck.
So I feel like I didn't have an issue with Daryl killing Morales because he had already sworn allegiance to Negan.
I didn't have an issue with Daryl killing Morales because fuck Morales, first of all. Why is that nigga so mad?
Right.
Because your ass decided to leave Rick in the group.
Right.
That's your fault your family is dead.
Right. Had nothing to do with Rick.
You decided to go to Birmingham or whatever the fuck you decided to do.
You could have stayed.
You could have stayed with the group.
Right. So
why are you mad?
Additionally, I don't understand why we're at a point in the season where we need to start having prisoners and having discussions, because if the situation was reversed, this would not have happened with the Saviors.
It almost feels like that whole Morales scene was unnecessary because Daryl shot him in the fucking neck anyway.
Right.
But you know what? No, I take that back. You know what? This whole mercy thing, mercy, no mercy kind of thing is kind of playing out in all the characters at this point in the game. Because then you have Tara and Morgan versus Jesus. And then you have Rick showing signs of mercy and then Daryl like, no mercy. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. There's a pattern in this. So I think that's going to be carried out throughout the season. Mm-hmm. We're going to see a lot of that.
Mm-hmm. And but you know, I'm getting kind of sick of it because it's like I feel like Rick is going down that path of showing mercy because I feel like he doesn't want to be Negan. Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's fine. You can not be Negan and still handle your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Negan is there's a reason why Negan is so powerful is because he doesn't give a shit and he doesn't give a fuck about people's feelings or lives. It's all about him. Now the problem is that if Rick can still control that or take that to that point where you handle and protect your own by any means necessary without going psychotic and having a power trip, then it wouldn't be an issue. You know, but I feel like that's where Rick's dilemma is, because he's 2 seconds away from having a power trip. Because before Negan, he was going down that route. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then Negan knocked him down a little bit and humbled him and made him think like, oh shit, like I'm not the biggest bitch on the block. You know what I'm saying? Right. So yeah. Can we talk about Aaron?
I'm sad. That was so sad. I almost teared up. Like a tear almost came out of my eye. I was so sad for him.
His storyline.
That was really sad.
His storyline is so heartbreaking to me because he is literally, in my opinion, one of the only ones in there that is genuinely good. He genuinely wants to do good, and he genuinely wants to make his team proud, and he genuinely just wants to promote good karma, and he's always getting fucked over and not in a good way. And I just want him to just win. Right. Just once. He can't just win, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so sad. Like his and what's so sad is that like everybody else can find a partner. Everybody else can find, you know, anybody to link up with and be a companion. They're in the apocalypse, and there's barely any human beings, let alone any homos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, him and Tara.
Right. But
Tara's girlfriend died too. Remember she got shot in the eye?
It's so sad. It's so sad. It's so sad. I just want him to win, and I really hope he finds somebody. Like I really just pray, because it's just so sad. I don't want him to be alone. I hope he gets with Daryl. That would be so hot. Anyway,
Daryl's for me, first of all.
So, Jesus and Morgan, can we
I'm really
talk about that?
Jesus is taking his name too seriously, and I'm kind of over it.
I'm a little upset with Maggie right now.
Why?
Because Maggie's pregnant. Maggie is the leader of the Hilltop, and Maggie let Gregory's fuck ass come back into the damn place.
Me too.
I don't understand why. I don't understand.
I would have shot him in the head.
It's too much.
I just would have been done. I'm not mad at Maggie yet.
I am.
I'm not mad at her yet. I think that Maggie is going to go down the same... she's going to have the same struggles as Rick is going to have at some point.
All of the leaders will be, because Rick is in charge of Alexandria. You have Maggie's in charge of the Hilltop. King Ezekiel's in charge of the kingdom. They're all gonna have that moment. Except I think King
Ezekiel's Gucci.
Yeah.
I think it's just Maggie and Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because King Ezekiel, I feel like he's already had that moment already, and he's been governing for so long.
My whole thing about this whole situation is that what makes you so sure that once Negan is dead, someone's not going to feel like they need to take his place?
Right. And you're keeping all these bitches.
Right.
Trying to assimilate them into your world.
Right.
And
what makes you think that they're not mad?
Right. And part of their motto is that they say that I'm Negan. Yeah. So they're extensions of his bullshit. So you're bringing that bullshit into your world.
Right.
But anyway. Maybe I'm just a ruthless nigga. I don't know.
Nope, I'm right there with Tara and Morgan.
Just saying.
And Daryl.
End them. Gotta go.
Bye.
Carol and King Ezekiel.
Carol has been quiet.
Yeah.
I'm kind of mad at it.
I'm okay with it.
I want to see Carol blow some shit up.
I feel like Carol is just like enjoying her time with King Ezekiel because I feel like she finds him amusing. She does. Because she knows the truth. Right. So she's like, you're just bullshitting all the way. and I think she knows that. And she loves it. Yeah. And I love that. But King Ezekiel is low-key fine as fuck to me. I don't care what anybody says. Cute, but I'm really over his act. I want him so bad. Like, I'm just like, Carol, I like, get nigga, if you don't cut the crap, cut it. Can we kill some zombies? Why we know. We get it. Like, me and Shiva are looking at you like you're stupid. Okay? But yeah, what do you think is gonna happen in the? What are your predictions?
Well, I think my prediction is that I think Negan's gonna rain all hell on them at some point in the season. I don't think he's gonna win.
No.
I do think he's gonna fuck some shit up though.
Yeah, I think he's gonna. I feel like he's gonna deal a heavy blow in either next episode or an episode after. Yes. But he's not going to win.
No, he's not. Mm-mm. A lot of people gonna die, but he's not gonna win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it might be his people that die, but still, regardless.
I think it's gonna be a heavy casualty this season.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't think I can take that. There's nobody left that I would want to go right now.
Yeah, I think so.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I would be upset. Like, yeah.
Only because whatever the fuck they were doing in the first ass place got interrupted. Like, the guns or whatever that they were after, apparently they didn't get the guns. So, where the guns?
Right.
With Negan.
Right, probably.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all we got.
It's not like you need them. You shot enough niggas anyway. Just take their guns.
Right. Why? That's what I was thinking the whole time. It's like, before they turn into zombies, why don't you grab the goddamn guns that are on the ground?
Right.
Hello. Mm-hmm. And the ammunition. Anyway, but I digress. We will be back with the listen letters portion of the show. We'll be back. Bye.
Hey Blazers, we want to hear from you. Have a TV show or movie suggestion you want us to review? Need some advice or an opinion on an issue you're having? Want to tell us how you're feeling about the show? Then send in a listener letter by visiting entertheblaze.com and going to our contact tab. One of your letters could be read on air. Thank you all for your support. Now let's get back to the show.
And we're back with the listener letters portion of the show. Don't forget to go ahead and send in your listener letters by going on www.entertheblaze.com/letters and filling out our listener letters form. Miss Free, take it away.
Our first letter comes from Jameson. He is from Las Vegas. And his letter reads, I really love this show. Thank you for being such a powerful voice for gay black people, Kwame. Aww. Your voice and other voices like yours matters. Okay, so dating life sucks. Amen. I went on a date the other day with a very handsome guy, and it was going well until he asked me if I was woke. Looking surprised, I said, have you seen my Facebook? Yes, I feel that I am. Well, he proceeds to tell me that light-skinned guys will never know his struggle, and he saw a white woman on my friends list and that I speak differently, so he assumed I wasn't woke. I said some of those girls are college friends or clients since I am a hairstylist. I also proceed to tell him that I speak
articulately. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Because I have learned to do so being in college and getting an education. Doesn't mean I am any less woke. Needless to say, I won't be seeing him again. Have you run into these issues? If you have, how have you handled those incidents? Jameson.
First of all,
are you woke, nigga?
Right.
Because it sounds like you aren't.
Right. Because isn't the whole idea of being woke is to be enlightened and to be educated on the situation?
Right.
Now, I have not experienced that when somebody's questioning my blackness or wokeness. Actually, no. Let me take that back. I have not experienced somebody questioning my wokeness, but I have experienced people questioning my blackness in terms of me being light-skinned or lighter-skinned. And I do have a bit of a different level of privilege when it comes to me being light-skinned. So I get that, but I'm woke to understand that. You know what I mean? And I utilize that to the best of my ability to kind of bring awareness to those type of issues. So I understand that. But at the same time, I don't think I should be penalized for something that I had no control over. You know what I'm saying? And I think this light skin versus dark skin thing has really created a hostile environment within our community, and it's utilized to keep us oppressed and separated. Hence the whole staying woke. You know, I definitely agree that you do not need to see him again, because he sounds like a douchebag. But I don't. I also have had issues with people who have questioned my blackness when it came to how I articulate myself and how I talk. Because I do speak articulately. Don't get me wrong. There's going to be times when I'm sitting and hanging out with my friends and, you and I will sit there and joke around, whatever. And we have our way of talking, but that does not necessarily mean that that's not being black. You know what I'm saying? Us talking with education and us talking articulately does not mean that that's not a black thing. And I get really frustrated when people say, "Oh, you sound white." Well, what does sounding black mean? Does sounding black mean that we're not educated, that we can't speak with articulation, that we can't, express ourselves in a manner that is articulate and precise and enunciates, we enunciate our words. You know what I'm saying? We have educations too. We have degrees as well. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on this motherfucking Team Blaze has degrees. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't understand how us being, or our wokeness or our blackness can be equated to how we are expressing ourselves. Yeah. So, yes.
I agree. And just because you have like white friends or you're dating a white person does not mean you're any less black or any less woke. Right. Than he is. Right. Okay. Like, first of all, that's a dumbass. That's dumb in itself. Right. Okay. That doesn't make no damn sense. Okay. And you don't need to be seeing him because he has the gall to ask you if you're woke, and yet and still he just asks you why you speak like that.
Right. He sounds stupid.
Are you dumb?
Right. Right.
You just contradicted yourself. Yeah. In 2 sentences.
Yeah, and then also on top of that, this is part of the issue that I have with, when people try to claim that they're woke. You don't have to say that you're woke to be woke. You don't have to have this whole thing, going behind it just because it's the cool thing to say. Like, being woke is being educated, being enlightened, knowing what, about your culture, knowing what's going on with the society, knowing what's going on with this culture and how America is and has created this system of oppression for us. And just because, white people...
And staying woke does not mean hating white people. Right. Let's just get that straight.
Pro-black does not mean anti-white.
Let's just get that all the way... Correct.
My God.
That does not...
Pro-black does not mean anti-white. I will say it... Listen well. Pro-black does not mean anti-white. End of discussion. Do we joke around and we talk shit about white people all the time? Abso-fucking-lutely. Okay, it's just what it is, because some of the things that white people do is stupid and it doesn't make any sense. And then when we call you guys out on it, it is what it is. But that does not mean that we are anti-white. We have a lot of white friends. Okay, I am on another podcast with one of my good friends who is white. You know what I'm saying? My ex-boyfriend was white. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about how black you can be. You know what I'm saying? How,
it's not a competition.
It's not a competition.
I'm blacker than you are because all my friends are black. Like, oh, what?
It's just like,
what?
What does that even mean? Like, get over it. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Anyway.
And yes, I have. I've had run into issues with people saying, that's weird. Why do you like those things? Like, being into certain things. Like, why do you listen to rock music? That's what? Like, like, they look at you crazy. Yeah. Like, bitch, what? Just because I like a little rock music, a little something on the side doesn't mean I'm any less black than you are, my nigga.
Right. Right. And it's funny because a lot of my especially my current friends that I've been hanging out with a lot more, gay black men listening to all types of music. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because, like, I used to listen, but I used to hide the fact that I listened to all types of music because I didn't want to, feel or want people to call me out because them saying I'm not black.
I've had black people assume I wasn't black because I look mixed to them. Like, what the fuck does that mean?
I don't understand that.
Girl, but no, they'll be like, so what are you? Another black person. Dead in my eye sockets. What are you?
What
You have to be mixed with something because you got good hair.
What does that mean? See that,
Bitch,
that
I don't
too,
fucking know.
That too. When people say,
I do not. First of all, I do not have good hair. I got a good press.
First of all, number two.
And what is good hair?
Right. What does that mean? Does black natural coarse and curly hair? Does that mean that it's not good hair?
Right.
That pisses me off.
That's internalized bullshit.
That's
right there,
exactly. Seriously. It's that self-hating, self-deprecating, and also protagonistic kind of bullshit that you put onto other black people when it comes to, how black somebody is. Mm-hmm. What does that mean? Because you have the good hair? Mm-hmm. What does that mean? Mm-hmm. So my hair is not good? Right. Your hair is not good?
You hate yourself?
Girl.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think at some point, if you kind of diverge away from what a stereotypical black person is like, you're going to get those kind of questions in your life. Can't. And that's the unfortunate thing about the whole thing.
And that's also a situation where it pisses me off because it's like the stereotypical black
because black people perpetuating that stupid shit. Right. Because I have never heard a white person be like, well, why do you like that? Be like, oh, that's cool. Like,
right. It's like, yeah, listen to
let's come on, let's go listen to EDM or whatever the fuck it is, oh girl, you know this person, yes girl.
Some of the wokest people I know listen to all types of fucking shit. They don't even understand, and people don't understand that. It's like, they expect us to fucking dress in like kente cloth and fucking, be in hotep niggas. I'm tired of these hotep niggas. They're not bringing nothing to the cause. They're just causing problems. Yeah. You're not thinking about it. This doesn't make any sense. We need to unify instead of divide. Mm. And I feel like hotep niggas are always trying to divide more than unite. And and you preach that you want to have this motherland, this mother country type situation for for our culture, and you want us to rise up against white culture, but then you don't unite us. You attack black women, you attack light-skinned people, you attack black people who think outside of the box. You attack LGBTQ blacks. It's ridiculous.
All right, well, we're done with that question. Thanks, Jameson, for writing.
Thanks.
The next one is a very short question. It's from Anon. And their question is, who is the most famous person you have ever met?
Oh. I don't know.
The most famous.
How do you judge that?
You could be like the most relevant, too.
Right.
Most famous. Let me think.
How do I judge that? I don't know how to judge that. Because how do you judge somebody's fame?
Let's just say the most famous to you. How about that?
Okay.
I know you met a group of people the other day.
Are you talking about the gala? A couple of months ago. I would say Taraji or Laverne Cox. Taraji P. Henson or Laverne Cox would be, to me.
You know Laverne Cox?
Yeah, man.
Where?
At the gala.
Oh. I'm thinking those are two separate instances.
Oh, you're thinking of the elevator into my job where I met Taraji again. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Let me think. I mean, living in Los Angeles, you kind of see famous people. Yeah. That
it's funny because a lot of people
you've met them,
right?
You've seen them,
but you haven't like introduced yourself, met them, yeah.
Right. I guess I'm gonna say the most relevant for me right now was meeting Cardi B.
Okay.
So that's the most relevant person as right now.
What about Eva? Didn't you meet Eva DuVernay?
I surely damn did. Yeah. Yes, I did. Thank you for reminding me of that.
I remember because you kept calling me afterwards, and I was like, I thought you were in trouble.
No, I was having a panic attack. That's what was happening because I just met Eva DuVernay. Yeah, my girl.
Yeah,
she was in Living Spaces, my nigga. I was like, what are you doing Spaces? Look at that furniture and
shit. She about to catch a check.
She was really nice. She was really nice.
Yeah,
really nice. Her.
Okay.
Let's just go with her.
Okay. Yeah, that's that.
I mean, I like when in high school. I didn't meet Samuel L. Jackson, but I stood next to him, and I didn't realize it was him until after the fact. When people were like, "I'm tired of these snakes on this goddamn plane," they were screaming at him. You know, how stupid high school boys. I said that was Samuel L. Jackson.
It's funny because in New York, because before they closed down Virgin Megastore, I was working with Virgin, and that's where I met a lot of celebrities, and I was like, "This is like it. Like this is where I want to be." This is way before I joined. This is right before I joined the military, actually, and
I saw Jesse Williams in Whole Foods, which was.
Oh, you told me about that, yeah.
Bitch, I didn't meet him, but I saw him.
Yeah,
and I was smiling at him. I was such a fucking weirdo. I was just grinning at him the whole time.
He's a beautiful human being. Anyway, but yeah, that's about it.
Sorry for interrupting.
No, it's okay. I met like when I was working for Virgin, I met like Shakira and like Chris Brown when he first came out.
Oh, okay.
And I was this close to coming. I saw Destiny's Child, but I didn't get to meet Destiny's Child. And then who else? The cast of Rent when it first came out. But like I didn't get like interacting with them,
right?
Except Shakira, I got to interact. I actually like shook her hand and hug her, and she smelled like flowers, and she's super short, and she's
small. I can tell.
Super sweet. She is genuinely exudes pure energy, and I really felt like this is what it may look like to meet an angel because she's just genuinely that happy and really genuinely a nice person. Like I got no negativity off of her. I got no type of like divaness off of her. She was just always like, you know, where's the fans? I want to meet them. You know, like she was just like, she looked like a kid in a candy store, and she was just super nice. But other than that, like that was the only other person until I moved here that I like was like that I could say that I met that was like famous, you know. But yeah. So Taraji, I will never forget Taraji because she smells like sun, a sun kiss. It's like if the sun could kiss you without destroying your body, you know that's what she would smell like. She would just smell like just bliss. She'd smell it.
All right, and that's all our questions for today.
Yes.
That wraps that up.
We'll be back with the vent session. This episode is brought to you by one of our new sponsors, We Buy Black. We Buy Black is an online marketplace for Black-owned businesses to showcase and sell their products to a global community. What drives We Buy Black is a community of creative entrepreneurs who use We Buy Black to sell their products, thousands of shoppers who believe supporting these entrepreneurs to affect social change, and a committed staff of We Buy Black. Visit www.pyromedianetwork.com for our sponsored direct links. It's time to support Black businesses. Now let's get back to the show.
And we're back with the vent session.
I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. So what?
Black.
And I have something to say.
Wait.
What?
It's free?
Dun dun dun.
A vent? Oh my god.
And I'm gonna make this quick, you know. Something happened recently that kind of irked me.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna say this. I don't like trifling ass bitches. When people try to throw you under the bus, but don't know that you have already informed another party of what the fuck was going on. When people trying to be snitch ass bitches for no fucking reason, just to be fucking spiteful.
Yeah.
I hate niggas like that. Why are you mad? Why are you spiteful? Why are you trying to sabotage someone, bitch? I got God's favor, first of all.
Yeah. Say that, sis.
Okay.
Say that, child of God.
So, never.
Child of God.
So, no demon shall prosper.
And no weapon shall be formed against you.
Amen. Okay.
Listen.
So, bitch, you think you being a trifling ass hoe is actually going to do something for you? Is actually not. Okay.
Right.
And that's all I have to say.
Yes.
Because I hate trifling assholes. I hate bitches that try to throw you under the bus for no goddamn reason. I just hate people who have ill intent towards you for no reason. Right. They don't want to see you live. They don't want to see you succeed. I don't like people like that. I don't like snake ass bitches like that.
Them Taylor Swifts.
I don't like them Taylor Swifts.
The Swifty bitch. Swifty ass bitches.
The roaches.
It's disgusting.
Not even the snakes. Because snakes can sometimes be majestic. But roaches, my nigga, people who act like that are roaches. All up in your house, all up in your business, trying to find out what the fuck you doing so that they can tear you down. I don't like people like that. So mind your business, stay over there, and be the fuck quiet.
Right.
Nobody called you.
Nobody summoned you.
Nobody summoned you.
Nobody was talking to you. Nobody wants you around.
And everybody know what kind of person you are.
Right.
So stay out the fuck out of mine. And I'll mind my business, you mind your business, and we Gucci.
Right.
Trifling ass bitches want to smile in your face and try to sabotage you behind your fucking back. Bitch, you can go suck on a toe.
Oh, stinky right, though.
No, right. Dumb bitch. Anyways, I'm done.
You good?
I'm good.
Did that feel good?
It felt fine. I mean, I got it out with you earlier, so right. I'm good.
Right. Oh, yeah, we talked about it earlier. My event is about something that I think, first of all, it brought me to tears. It brought me back to the place where I felt when Pulse Orlando happened. It brought me to the place where I felt when I came out the first time. The first I came out twice. Long story. It brought me to those points in my life, and how I felt during those times. And I want to talk to you guys about Giovanni Melton, who was a 14-year-old young man who was killed by his father, and shot and killed by his father. And his father's name was Wendy Melton. He was 53. And they got into a heated debate, argument. And Wendell had stated, the father had stated that he would rather see his son dead than for him to be gay. Now, I know that everybody has their own religious issues. I know everybody has their own beliefs. I know everybody has their feelings and opinions on this or whatever. This was a child. I don't care. Let's put the gay aside for a second. Let's put his sexuality aside. He was a child first and foremost. He was a 14-year-old child who did not have the opportunity to move on in life because his father was so afraid of his sexuality and him exploring his sexuality that he killed him. Mm-hmm. He was so afraid of his own insecurities that he decided, and the bravery of his son and of his son exploring his sexuality, that he killed him. Mm-hmm. And what bothers me is that, and I'm trying to remain as calm as possible because I don't want to scream and yell, because I really want people to hear this. I really want people to see the pain that a gay man goes through mm-hmm. when they're coming out. And a young man like him, 14-year-old young boy, who is trying to discover himself, who is trying to first of all, he's black, who that's in and of itself has its own set of issues and problems and worries that and its own journey. Mm-hmm. To add in on top of that his sexuality and him trying to figure out who he should and should not love, and trying to figure out his own feelings, on who he's attracted to, and just growing and being a kid. He's a kid. He's growing. He's learning. He's transitioning from boyhood to adulthood. And in order for him to do that, he is he needs to discover things. He needs to learn. He needs to question himself. He needs to explore what that means within his own soul, within his own spirit. And now he can't do that because he's dead. Because his father did not have the love inside of himself to love his own son because he was gay. Mm-hmm. And what's really frustrating, and our girl Hope Giselle had spoken and did a video on this. Please go check it out. It's a really good video. Also, our brother 50 Shades of Gay did a video as well. What's frustrating is that some of you guys out there are so hotep and so focused on this male fragility that you guys have that you agreed with him. You agreed with the father. And it's sad because you guys hate gay people so much that you think it's this agenda. You know, like we have this gay committee that assembles every year, to pick out colors and to pick out, mission statements to go ahead and we're just trying to live just like everyone else. And it's really frustrating because I don't understand how people can even accept. Let's push everything else aside. He was a 14-year-old boy. Like, I don't understand how anybody in their right mind can feel okay with that. Regardless of sexuality, regardless of whatever. He was a 14-year-old kid. Killed by his own father. The man that he feels that he was supposed to trust, love, and that's insane to me. I don't know how one can justify that.
That's sick. That's fucking sick.
It is. It's very sick. It's very disappointing to hear. And I know that there's trolls out there that's going to be stupid, and it's probably like a 5-year-old kid that doesn't really, or it's not a 5-year-old, 8-year-old kid that's on their parents' phone or laptop or whatever and doesn't really get that. But there are other people that are genuinely like adults that are genuinely like agreeing with this fucker and thinking that it's okay to kill a 14-year-old kid who identifies as gay, who this is who he is. I don't understand that. I don't understand how you can hate us that much for you to justify the death of a 14-year-old child.
Right.
A kid that has not even shined his light on this world. A kid that's not even going to be able to discover who he is and the potential of what he can do to this world because somebody hated him and who he was that bad, didn't even know him, and his own father. And for you guys for anybody to think that that's okay, to think that it's okay to sit there and justify the death of a child is disgusting to me.
You are a sick.
This goes beyond black and white to me. This goes beyond any type of racial issue to me. This was a child.
Your child.
Right. And I'm not even, I don't have any word. I hope that he goes to the furthest pits of hell. Like, I really don't have any words for his father, like, at all. Or his sperm donor, in my opinion. I have no words for him. I'm talking about the people who looked upon this case and said, wow, he did the right thing, or even agreed with it. You know what I'm saying? For anybody, nobody says anything when a young man or a young woman is going through puberty and they start having sex with each other, in their teenage years, because they're exploring their sexuality. You know what I'm saying? That's quote unquote normalized for people. But when a gay man does it or a gay kid does it and they're exploring themselves and they're trying to understand who they are and going through all these feelings and emotions, it's demonized. And it's really frustrating because it's like, you don't say anything about the other stuff. And there was people on social media that I was seeing that they were like, well, he was a 14-year-old kid. He shouldn't be having sex anyway. You don't say that to Becky and Sarah Doe. You don't say that about
straight little boys. Matter of fact,
right.
Straight males are proud of straight little 14-year-old boys losing their virginity at that motherfucking age.
Right. That part.
Let's be real here. Okay.
They're encouraged.
Right.
They're encouraged. They're encouraged to lose their
Even
virginity.
if the woman was a pedophile.
Right. They're also encouraged to treat women like shit, to get as many women, quote unquote, tag as many women as possible, like it's a conquering thing. Mm-hmm. There's no courting. There's no learning how to respect, a black queen. There's no, let alone any woman. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Any other, woman or whatever. Mm-hmm. There's no chivalry. There's no. This is why we have all these fucking, rapists out there. This is why we have all these people that are finally coming out and standing up against sexual harassment, because it's being utilized, and I don't want to get off the point, but, and the focus of Giovanni, because I want him to be the focus tonight, because it's really frustrating and it's sad. And it hurts beyond words every time I think about it, because this is a kid. He was a kid. Mm-hmm. And he just wanted to live. And it's just frustrating, because it's I get frustrated because I remember being in that place. Mm-hmm. I remember questioning myself and wondering if, with all the pressures, being in a all black community, already feeling, different, you know what I'm saying? Already feeling like I'm not worthy to even be in my household with my brothers, and my sister and my family, because I thought I was going to, make them feel, that I wasn't gonna make them proud. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't in gangs. I wasn't in any type of, things that normally would be looked at as a horrible thing. I didn't do drugs. Mm-hmm. I didn't smoke my first blunt until I was 24, 25. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it frustrates me, because it's this kid was just trying to live. Right. You know what I'm saying? And he just wanted to grow. And I remember that time, and of course everybody experiences things differently. But I remember feeling scared that somebody was going to kill me because I would come out, a certain way. I was scared, but I never feared that for my family. Mm-hmm. I feared that they were going to disown me. Mm-hmm. I feared that they were going to, I was going to get cussed out, maybe get my ass whooped. Mm-hmm. But I never feared dying from them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I can't imagine what that kid must have went through, and in his dying days,
on a daily basis,
or even in its last couple hours. I've seen that gun being whooped out on him by his father. You know what I'm saying? I can't imagine how he must have felt. It's one thing to have a parent disown you or not talk to you because you're gay, or not want to deal with you, or you get friction because of that, whatever. But it's another thing to feel like you are gonna lose your life to this person that gave you life. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That is, it's insane to me. And then to see niggas out here justifying it, right? Thinking that it's okay.
That's motherfucking okay, bitch. And it ain't okay. It's never gonna be okay ever in fucking life for you to take someone else's life. Period.
I can't. I just
for any reason.
I can't. I don't have any other words on that. I just think that we need to do better.
Yeah, and I don't want to take away from this little boy, because I have a lot to say about this, but this is about him. Mm-hmm.
Girl. I just
what's his name again?
Giovanni Melton.
Rest in power, Giovanni.
Seriously.
Melton.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in power, Giovanni. Girl.
Well, I will say this, that I have learned so much throughout my years of life, and I'm not anxious to be a parent, but I know that when I do finally become a parent, I'm going to be one of the best parents that they are ever gonna have. You know what I'm saying?
Or try to be, because everybody's not perfect,
right? And I'm not gonna claim to be perfect. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I want to let that child know, no matter what they go through, whether they be straight, gay, transsexual, whatever. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Transgender, whatever the situation is. Non, binary, whatever. Mm-hmm. I want
you
them
are
to
loved.
know that they are going to know that Papa Kwame is always going to be behind them.
Right.
No matter what. You know what I'm saying? And that goes for my nieces, my nephews, your kids, you know what I'm saying? Your future kids.
I'll whoop somebody's ass over your kids.
Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Somebody
Like,
touch my little nephew, I'm gonna fuck you up,
like,
bitch.
like it is what it is. We roll deep. And so like, I just want people to kind of think about, especially our Blazers. I know that there are Blazers out there that are super religious, and I respect that. I'm not anti-Christian. Okay? I'm not. I'm very spiritual. I do believe God is out there. I do believe God is in my life, in Miss Free's life, in all of our lives on a daily basis. How you interpret that is up to you, in your business. Because I have a personal relationship with God. I'm fine with it, and we're good. Miss Free has a personal relationship with God. She's good.
I am.
We're very blessed.
Anti-hypocrisy, though.
That part.
And for all those niggas in this case who are justifying that with religion,
Right.
bitch.
Right.
You can't even say shit about that shit.
Right.
You cannot
You can't.
equate murder to being gay.
No.
That does not equal.
No. For whatever reason.
For whatever reason,
No.
my nigga. It's listen.
Murdering a child.
Murdering, period, my nigga. My nigga.
I mean, let's be real.
Like, if you're gonna say one is wrong, you have to say the other is wrong. You can't. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
can't say.
You can't pick and choose.
Right. If you're gonna claim that being gay is wrong according to the Bible, you can't say being murder is right.
Right.
According to the Bible.
Right.
Because that does not equal.
Right. It doesn't make
that
sense.
doesn't make sense.
No.
Both has to be wrong.
Right.
You can't choose one over the other. And that's my biggest problem is about religion, period. Is that people want to justify their actions.
Well, people forget
Using
that
that.
people are so focused on religion and the practice of a belief that they do not remember that there's a relationship that needs to be built. You know what I'm saying? But that's a completely different conversation.
Yeah, it's like a completely different. That's my issue is with that whole thing.
Yeah, my whole thing right now is that I think it's important that we need to start looking at how we're interacting with each other. And I think that, the fact that we have transgender women that have made it that have been elected into office says a lot. So I don't want to have this situation where I'm gonna be like in this woe is me phase and say that there's no hope or whatever. There's clearly hope. And just like we said before, when Fuckface was elected, that there's no way that, because it hurt to see such a huge wave of not just the Cheeto being elected, but we lost the House, we lost the Senate. You know what I'm saying? There was so much that we had lost in that election, and it wasn't just a Democrat Republican thing, it was a progressive thing for us. And I think that was what was scary, was to see all this hard work and growth. And all this hard work and growth being, what's the word? Gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like sometimes you have to go back in order to go forward.
Yeah. Just to kind of see
sometimes you just have to let shit go to hell.
Yeah. You got to have a humbling moment. But I say that to say, we need to do better with each other and for each other. And look out for our youth a lot better.
Right. And I hope that nigga rots in jail.
I hope he rots in hell.
For
to
real.
be honest with you.
Both.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
Because that's sick.
It's been fun. It's been real.
I'm like trying to not get all like I'm trying to sit here and
trying. But don't forget, you can go ahead and visit our websites for all things Blaze, entertheblaze.com. Don't forget to send out sending your listener letters by going to entertheblaze.com /letters. I can't talk today.
Letters. Can't pronounce words.
I know.
Hold on. Articulate.
We do have some announcements coming up, but I will say keep an eye out on our Twitter by going to twitter.com /entertheblaze, and our Facebook, which is facebook.com /entertheblaze. All things finds Into the Blaze. Also, check out our mother network, pyromedianetwork.com. We have some good things coming up as well. And yeah, I think that's it. Miss Free, you got anything else?
No, I'm sick of niggas.
And with that, we will let you guys go. Peace out.